Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties with the audio, but I was able to make it here on time. And we're going to cover this story here. They're having a press conference, with this crazy triple homicide situation. Okay. Trying to get myself settled here all over my place. These people were initially reported as missing. And turns out they're all dead. And simply apparently because these people wanted the property. So they killed a wife, a husband, and a roommate. So I'm gonna play the video clip here, and I'm gonna get myself on screen. Here we go. All right.
Interviews and
the audio was really bad too for that. I'm gonna have to boost it all the way up. They have really bad audio.
Later, we realized he wasn't, and of course we let him go once we realized that. Interviews and confessions later, we realized he wasn't, and of course we let him go once we realized that.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Our understanding is that what led you to him, as you just said, was the other two saying that he was involved. What did they say? What did they claim of his involvement?
I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. They did implicate him. He had ties to the area, actually had ties to that residence, and a lot of different things led to him. So it wasn't just the statements from the co-conspirators.
Okay. He was released yesterday?
Yesterday morning, I believe.
So there was three people that were arrested, right? 3 people are arrested. Now, one person was let go. But then now supposedly today a 4th person was arrested. And so there's 2 people that supposedly did the murder, and a 3rd person that moved the bodies and helped out with that.
Okay.
He doesn't face any connection to this whatsoever?
As of right now, nothing whatsoever, correct.
Okay.
The suspects and the victims, how do you believe that they knew each other?
The suspects and victims,
Yes.
they lived in the same area, several of them. And in that community, if you're familiar with it, it's a small community. The 2 individuals, the 2 suspects, the main suspects that are charged with capital murder, they went to rob the other 2, the married couple. And then Mr. Head, who just happened to be, I think, the victim of circumstance, wrong place, wrong time, just got caught up in the robbery, and I think we all know what happened after that.
What were they trying to rob them of, or what was their intention to rob them of?
I think their intentions were money and drugs.
And did they all, as you said, know each other? You believe so?
They either knew each other or knew of each other. Yes, it was. They've had dealings with each other before.
Clearly, you're holding the other 2. You believe, or you probably can't talk specifically about it, but you believe that you've got the right to.
I believe those 2 have confessed. Those confessions all have been corroborated. I won't tell you what's in the confessions, but we believe we're there. Yes.
Sheriff, how well planned was this robbery and what ended up being murder, and have they been involved in doing something like this before?
Again, I could only speculate on that, and I don't like to speculate. As far as the planned aspect, again, that's my educated guess, and my 47 years tells me not very well.
You could talk a little bit about Mr. Copeland. It had said in the affidavit he was tired of living with his grandparents, and kind of how that led to his involvement in this with what he said.
Again, I don't really care about motive that much and trying to get into people's psyche.
Don't care about motive that much.
And what they wanted to do or what we're trying to do. We just know what
I guess that's for the lawyers.
they did. So I don't want to comment on that.
What message would you have for the community who's shocked and mourning these 3 people?
As a death in any case is horrific and it's sad. I mean, they're mothers, brothers, fathers, sisters to somebody, and it's not just them. Their families are grieving, and we feel sorry for them, and the suspects too. I mean, in one way, they have families as well, and they made some very bad decisions, and it's going to affect a lot of people for a long time.
Do you feel this was a complete ambush, or did they gain the trust somehow and get access to them inside their home?
That's a little speculative, but I think they'd been before, so I don't think it was a surprise that the victims actually saw the suspects.
I think there was some talk about it being a rental house and possibly somebody involved was a landlord at one time. Is there any truth to any of that?
I've heard different stories about that as well, so I don't know.
Drugs are at the heart of this?
Drugs are unfortunately at the heart of just about every crime in society today.
Drugs, man. Drugs. 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 3 missing Parker County adults found dead. 2 men charged with capital murder. Parker County office says 2 people have been arrested. This was an earlier article. For the deaths of Tiffany Ann Williams, 44, 42-year-old David Wayne Walker, and 55-year-old Robbie Allen Head, who were reported missing April 21st. Now, the 2 men charged for the deaths, their bonds were at least $1 million. These are the 2 guys here, Trin Lawrence McKnight and Barrett Copeland. And one of the 3 people arrested on this case has been exonerated. Charges against Dennis Craig Alexander were dropped. That's the guy they mentioned. There was one guy that was dropped, but then they got an additional person now that apparently had helped move and hide the body. These are the victims right here. Robbie on the left, Tiffany in the middle, David Dwayne on the right. All 3 killed, murdered. And Tiffany and David were married. So here's Tiffany and this is David. They were married. This was like the roommate. Okay. And one of the murder suspects, I think they had mentioned they were tired of like living with, I don't know what he mentioned about tired of being at his grandparents or tired of his grandparents. These are 3 people here. Trin Barrett and Michael Morris. This is the guy that helped, I believe, move and hide the body, allegedly. And I also wonder, when they mentioned drugs involvement, were these kids high? Were they high on meth? You know, they wanted to supposedly take over the house. The backstory, this is the home, for those wondering about the location. 100 block of Myrtle Lane in Granbury. And this happened on the evening of April 21st. They weren't able to reach family members. Police, a family member told police they noticed the Ring security doorbell home was missing. So maybe they walked up and snatched the camera, which that stuff is uploaded to a database, so I'm sure the cops can pull that video footage from the cloud. They entered the residence through the back door and found the house was in disarray. No one was inside the home, but their vehicles were parked outside. This obviously was not thought out, right? Well, what was the plan here? Murder these people, I guess, get rid of the bodies, and hope that maybe who's the grandkid? Hope that maybe the grandkid gets the house and they get the house for themselves because they're missing. The house was in disarray. They went through the back door. The cars were left outside. When Williams and Walker did not answer the family members' calls, they reported them missing. The condition of the home, witness statements, individuals led them to believe that disappearance was suspicious. They found large amounts of blood and fired gun casings. An arrest warrant affidavit states that there was evidence consistent with a bloodletting event. The bodies were found on April 24th next to a creek in northern Hood County along FM 167 on Temple Hall Highway on April 24th. And the description matched the victims. 2 men were covered in fabric. The 3 victims had injuries consistent with gunshot wounds. So the 19-year-old Barrett right here and 27-year-old Trin Lawrence McKnight. Investigators connected McKnight to the bloody fingerprint found on the driver's door of the victim's vehicle. Okay. McKnight was arrested on Monday on Weatherford Highway in Granbury, about 6 miles from where the murders took place. After his arrest, McKnight told police that he and Copeland met to rob the victims with a third man. He told the investigators that the third man held Williams and Walker at gunpoint while others searched the house for drugs and money. According to the documents, Robbie then went into the home and also was held at gunpoint. McKnight told the police that the third man shot all 3 victims. After the men wrapped up the bodies, they then loaded them into Walker's car and drove them to the creek where they were dumped. Wow. McKnight was additionally arrested on an outstanding warrant for possession of controlled substances. Drug. The road to hell, drugs, alcohol.
So it's going to be a huge part of this.
And if you could speak to that a little bit, if you care to, whether it's Dallas, whether it's Fort Worth, whether it's a smaller place like Parker County.
We're not immune.
It's still a problem.
We're not immune. You take the smallest community in the richest area in this whole country, and they're going to have a drug problem.
Can you say what kind of drugs were involved?
Most of what we see here, and there's no try, it's methamphetamine. A lot of it. There's others, but that's a huge part.
How much of a part is it of what you have to fight against every day?
Probably 95%.
95%?
Because there's a nexus to it. Whether it's drugs or the burglaries or the thefts, a lot of those are intertwined. The domestic abuse, almost everything comes back to drugs.
Wow.
And it's a scourge.
Wow.
And the third victim who you said was in the wrong place at the wrong time, can you describe how his presence there came to be?
He had been moving around a little bit. He had been staying there, kind of off and on. Just couch surfing is what some people call it. And just happened in right there at the wrong moment.
Anything else you would like the people of Parker County to know about this investigation?
I can tell you this, our investigators, the Texas Rangers, other agencies, they went all out. It was nonstop. It's been, a week and a half, and they're still going, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. This was a huge effort, and I can't thank them enough. They were just tremendous. Our crime scene folks, to everybody. We had fire department helping recover the bodies still in the water. Just to everybody. The call for help goes out in this community, and people, you have to turn them away. We get great cooperation from all of our partners.
Where does the investigation go from here?
They're going to put it all together now, and by that, I mean the paperwork. Unfortunately, the worst part of the job starts, and they got to do everything and then present it and get it up to the district attorney's office. And we believe it's a very, very strong case.
And you believe you have everyone involved now?
We do.
Always difficult to see violent crime like that in your community.
It is. Nobody wants to see it, but again, no one's immune from it either. So just when it does happen, we do the job and work for those families at that moment.
Always.
Well, we appreciate your time, sir.
Anybody? Everybody good?
Anybody else?
Okay.
They took all mine.
Did they? All right. Well, thank y'all. And yeah, there's some affidavits. I know most everybody has them. We'll get you some copies of them if you'd like.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Are there three?
All right.
There's 3 for the 3 people. Mr. Copeland, Mr. McKnight, and Mr. Morris.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get them all.
Yeah.
All right, amazing. Well, not amazing for that. The website's almost done. So I just wanted to jump on for that. Do we even have notifications? Let me see. Do we have notifications for this live? I don't even know where we're at. I lost count. Let me check. Oh, we did have notifications. Okay. All right. Oh, we had notifications this morning as well. Okay. And I'll have another notification in an hour. All right. So it's Thursday, man. It's Thursday. We will see what pops off today. If you missed this morning's stream, go and check it out. Go and check it out because we covered not just a little short chase. We covered a couple of various topics. Just hung out for a little bit. Oh, I saw you guys saying too about a mudslide. Hold on. People said it's a mudslide. Mudslide. Where? Mm. Damn. It's crazy. Oh, the website, by the way, the website should be ready by tonight. I am going to do a members, I don't know, a video or a live and show you guys before it's out what it looks like just behind the scenes. There's a few things I wanted her to add, like 2 things. It's pretty cool though, because the website, when I'm live and you go to the website, it'll tell you that I'm live. It's pretty cool. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. No, these 3 people are probably high on drugs. Killed these people looking for drugs. That's probably what it was. Looking for drugs, fiends, addicts, looking for drugs and for something to sell. And to get more drugs. That's crazy. You in the Texas area? Mm-hmm. Mudslide. Oh, here. Okay, here's an article. Wasn't able to find anything at first. Hmm. 30-year-old man pronounced dead.
Hi. Well, we are telling you about breaking news now out of Atascosa County. A 30-year-old man is dead after the sheriff's office says he was killed during a mudslide at a sand manufacturing facility. The sheriff's office says a worker was in a heavy machinery at the bottom of a deep sand pit at the Signal Peak Silica facility on Highway 16 when a mudslide happened. Now, that man was trapped by the sand and the mud, which they say killed him. As of right now, the man's name is not known. We're going to continue to follow this breaking news on air and online here at ksat.com.
Damn. One man passed away. They said that a mudslide at a sandpit near Poteet on Thursday. After 9:30 in the morning, deputies received a call from Signal Peak, Celia of Atacoska. Okay, at 1670-60 State Highway. According to authorities, a 30-year-old man was operating a heavy equipment at the bottom of the deep sand pit when he was hit by a mudslide. Wow. The man was pronounced dead on scene. Wow. Alrighty. All right, I guess I'll head out for now. I'm gonna do that little members thing, just show people behind the scenes. Hopefully the website's up tonight. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Bloop, bloop. See you guys later. We'll see what today brings. Still quiet, kind of peaceful today. Quiet, not too much going on, so far.